What's up YouTube? In today's video we'll be taking a look at an Amazon Fire 7 9th generation. We are going to see if these cheap tablets are actually worth buying. Oops, it's not meant to open Minecraft. So we will see if you should buy one of these, because they are like one of the most popular tablets, even though they are made of cheap materials and are pretty cheap. And yes, the background looks different because I am actually recording this video in another city. Never did that yet. Well, let's take a look. So I have installed the Play Store, as you can see here, which I will leave a link to the tutorial I used in the description, because there is a few Google plugins you'll have to install if you want to use the Play Store. There's only one disadvantage I noticed, is that you cannot use Google's Find My Device with this. But we'll take a quick look at the specifications of this tablet. So we have a 4-core ARM Cortex A53. So, or as it says there, a Mali T720 for the graphics. So as you can see, it is a Amazon device. Within it is running Android 7.1.2. So we are just going to see what good stuff you can use a cheap tablet like this for. Like, I mean, you can obviously check emails, and I don't care if I show my email on here because there's nothing personal in it. It's just all promotional stuff and other stuff that I don't need to keep private. So we'll just see, like, of course email and web browsing stuff's gonna work. That's what these tablets are mostly used for. Like, I'll try typing up a Word document to see for productivity. I'll try gaming, but gaming isn't that good on this. Like, I'll demonstrate that later in the video. And it's, oh yeah, I forgot I used Word and it does that, but other productivity apps usually work. We'll take a look at Amazon's Silk browser though. I don't really like it, but we'll just take a look at it. Which I believe it is Chromium based, because it comes up as Silk 76, which is the current version of Google Chrome and Chromium. So it is a Chrome based web browser. But it is an Android. I guess Amazon didn't change the user agent because it comes up as Android 7.1.2 or Android N. I don't know how to pronounce the whole name. Like, I mean, it's half decent on internet. Like, I mean, its Wi-Fi card is pretty good for a cheap tablet. Cheap tablets a few years ago didn't have such good, didn't have such good Wi-Fi cards, but this one does 5 gigahertz, and it will hit like around here on average, which is much better than the 2.4 gigahertz cards that are in other cheap tablets. So we'll just get out of there. We don't need to do much web-based stuff. We're seeing how capable this tablet truly is. So what else is there? Like, I mean, what about video streaming? We'll try YouTube. And the speakers don't sound bad either. I don't mind them. Which I can't even go in HD on this. So, like, this thing does not do HD, so video at HD. And what's with this Auto Trader, Adam? Getting it on every single device I have. It's always, oops. Like, it will only, this thing will not, well, it does 720, but it's only a 600, 800, wait, not 800 by 600, but I know it's only a 600p display. I mean, you can get Google apps like Google Calendar, as well a calendar. There's nothing important about that. Google Maps, which if you're trying to navigate with an Amazon Fire, it is not going to work, as I said, with about the troubles with using Find My Device. Like, it does not work at all. Like, look, I'm trying to locate myself and it won't work. But I can go above the city I'm currently in. And looks like we're having trouble loading. I mean, Google Maps is kind of heavy. Maps Go would be more suitable for such a device. And usually it has trouble when you zoom in. That's what I notice about many devices and slow internet. It will be it would load much slower when you zoom in than when you're zoomed out at a world. It doesn't take too long to load, which is actually good when you think about it. Now, I mean, Minecraft, it doesn't work, but this is the Play Store version. Maybe it needs to be the Amazon Store version. I mean, Amazon App Store version, maybe. But I know there's a glitch where the world will be made in December 31st, 1969, and the world will just crash if you try to open it. And every single world I create on this device does that. And as you can see, it already takes long to load. So, I mean, these devices aren't the most reliable for gaming. And I don't know why Minecraft is the most popular in Amazon's App Store. Maybe they're using the more higher end Fire 8s and Fire 10s, why it is popular, because the Fire 10 does have much beefier specs compared to this. Like, this thing is only like $70 Canadian, and you can get it for like 50 Canadian on Prime Day. So yeah, it's just a cheap tablet. Like, you can't expect much out of cheap devices, especially cheap laptops. Like, mine actually is feature-filled, but it is not good with Windows. It's sluggish. And, look, see, it just crashed, so for some gaming, it is not that great. And I'm not going to go download other games. I mean, you do get the garbage Amazon apps, but I do not use any of those. I mean, I'll just take a picture and be quick, and just show how garbage quality these photos are. Okay, so it does open Amazon Photos, which I don't really like when I take pictures. Like, I mean, see, this thing has potato quality. It doesn't even fit in the screen properly. So I wouldn't suggest it for pictures if that's what you're gonna use it for. And as I said, games don't really work. My little cousin played Roblox and that crashed as soon as he joined the game. And the ad blocker doesn't really work as well either. It disconnects very often. Even my own phone, it does very often. The only device that my ad blocker is stable on is probably the laptop that I put Prime OS on in the last video. I mean, the Xbox app doesn't do too bad. Like, I mean, it's just an app, but it is a heavy app. This thing does take long to load on my own phone, which is obviously much beefier than this thing. And it takes just a second for that to load. What about my captures? That will take long to load. I mean, maybe opening in HD photo as the photo is 1080. See how long that takes to load through Xbox. Okay, actually it doesn't look too bad on this. And yeah, I'm not going to test its messaging, because messaging is fine on this. I mean, you obviously got your clock and all that. And for some reason, my Outlook doesn't work well. Like, it will show no emails, meaning I'll have to refresh it. Usually does that. Okay, now it's showing them, because it usually does that with most of my devices. It won't show them the emails till I refresh. I mean, I can't use Alexa because for some reason it says it's not available in Canada. I mean, the Play Store works fine though. I can download whatever I want. It works just fine. Okay, now we're freezing up. Okay, it doesn't work just fine, but I mean, if you're just gonna do basic web browsing and just basic tasks, I guess a Amazon Fire is perfect. But if you're not doing anything related to that, then I don't know. But I know Google Home works though. Like, if you want to cast Amazon content, just use the mirror device option, and then you'll be able to cast Amazon content to your Chromecast, which is something Amazon did not allow. So that's a little loophole I might as well tell you about if you do want to use your Amazon device with a Chromecast. So do I recommend an Amazon Fire 7? Not really. Only if you're going to be using it, as I said, for web browsing and media purposes, because music streaming is fine on this. But I have my music subscription expired and I don't have TuneIn installed, so... But yeah, music streaming is good on this, and the speakers actually sound pretty decent for being a cheap tablet. And the battery life is meh. Not that good. But I mean, the battery's only like 2900 milliamp hours, so you're not going to get too much out of that, and it's just a cheap plastic construction. I'd say go for maybe used iPads for a little more, as they are much better. But from my experience, Apple iPads will always be better than Android tablets, even though I am an Android user. I'm actually saying that. So I only recommend this for basic tasks, not gaming at all. And try not to do too much heavy tasks. It only has 1 gig of RAM and 16 gigs of storage, or 8 still. They still sell 8 gigs in 2019, I think. I'll have to check later. So I guess this is it. So be sure to like and subscribe and leave a comment with your thoughts if you like. And be sure to check the links in the description, including the one on how to get the Play Store on an Amazon Fire tablet. So this video is done, and peace out.